Welcome to this special live tonight, speaking about the history of Liverpool Airport, old and new, and sharing your memories of Liverpool Airport itself. You may not be from Liverpool, you could be from Manchester, Birmingham, you could live abroad, but that doesn't matter because we're all here to share memories and just have a background of what Liverpool Airport's all about. So if you've got any memories tonight that you'd like to share for Liverpool Airport, whether you've flown in, you've flown out, or you've just been down there spotting, or you've been to the airport itself when they've had a big flight in, or when they've had someone special flying in, like for example the King, the Queen, the Beatles, anything, feel free to share them. Let's hope we have a great show here for the next hour, just hearing about Liverpool Airport, because Liverpool Airport does not get all the interest and support. Well, it does get the support by people using the airport, but you don't hear a lot about Liverpool nowadays, of what history it's got and what memories people's have got. So me, being one of the living local to the airport on the runway itself, I down there quite regularly, daily, just popping along, spotting and catching a few shots. And I've got a few memories myself of Liverpool, we'll get into them in a bit. But if you love Liverpool, let us know what you love about the airport and why you love the airport and what's different about Liverpool than what it is to Manchester, Birmingham and London airports. So before we get cracking, hello to everyone who's tuning in. Do say hello in the chat and I'll give you all a shout out. And let's see what people have got from their own memories and what history they know about Liverpool Airport. For me, I'm only going to say what I know and what I'm looking at and give the basics. Hello, Courtney. And if you've been following the channel regularly for the last few months, yes, I'm playing Spotlight Live, live on the runway for Liverpool, down there daily, doing videos, just taking photos, doing live shows. If you're new to the channel, do hit that like button and subscribe. And yes, I have got contact with Liverpool Airport via a few pilots and training school teachers and the airport itself, because they do check the channel and support it and check out some of it. So let's just, by on this show, make it one of the best shows. Hopefully they'll pick up on it and just get Liverpool Airport out there and share a bit of history. So hope everyone's well, had a great Christmas, a great New Year. If you live in Liverpool, be nice to know. Do let us know where you're watching from and if you're ever down at Liverpool or you're ever going. If you don't, evening, Will P. I have just gave a little introduction there. We haven't got started yet, but just to recap, this is a special live and I am going to do another one in a couple of days time, but it's going to be a bit about Manchester Airport and just, you know, start bringing some little live shows like this. We're bringing a bit of history and chat about other airports and whatever else. But on tonight's one, we're going to share memories about Liverpool Airport, what memories we've got from spotting, flying there, flying out, going to the airport to spot, and what you know about Liverpool Airport that I wouldn't know. I don't know a lot about Liverpool, but what I've heard and what I've been reading, I'll only say what I know and what I've heard and seen. But, you know, any memories yourself just share, and we'll get into a bit of history about Liverpool Airport. So anyway, got 8 people watching. Good evening all. Hit that like and share the channel. And we'll get into any questions that you got through the next hour. Just feel free to ask. And I'll say more a bit about my channel and what I do for Liverpool Airport. Good evening, Kyle. So, some of the main... Hello, Melissa. Nice to see you in the chat. I hope you're well. I am going to do one of these shows in the week about Manchester. Just see a bit about Manchester's history and what... from my visits to the Manchester Airport. Well, nice to see it anyway. I'll only be going on what I know and what I've read and heard about Liverpool Airport, but, you know, just if you know anything, feel free to put it in the chat. I hope you're alright, Melissa. Happy New Year, and I hope you've had a good Christmas. So, some of the main facts and figures and tips and little bits that I've picked out from what I've read online about Liverpool Airport. Let me just get it off. Evening, John Fezzer. Oi, evening, all. Alright, Fezzer, when are you back live? So, I'm going to be doing little shows like this. I'm doing one next week on Manchester. Just picking out some facts and figures on old history about Manchester, and like I'm going to do tonight with Liverpool. Following me everywhere, this one. If you all haven't know about John Fezzer, he's a great lad. Does the flight sim show on a Monday night on Airliners Live. Great fella. And Melissa's one of the good followers of Airliners Live, but always likes to stalk Fezzer, joking. And yes, Courtney's my girl. Just like myself, she's starting up her own channel for Liverpool. Well, I'm going to be going to see how this Liverpool one goes, and then Manchester, and then I'm just going to... Well, I probably will do, just for you, Fezzer. Just do, you know, because I don't know about Manchester, a lot about Manchester Airport. Don't know a lot about London Airport, but I know bits and bobs about Liverpool. Don't know about Newcastle, but I could look into it. So, going on to the old Liverpool Airport itself, crack on. Hope Courtney isn't as bad as Mel. Oh, she's not that bad. Courtney's lovely. She's dead quiet though. So, the old Liverpool Airport opened on the 1st of July 1933. That was 89 years ago. That's one thing. Location is in Speke, as you can tell. That's where I live. Literally, it's just at the back, the house there, the runway. It's a international airport in England on the estuary of the River Mersey, 6.5 nautical miles, which is 12.0 kilometres, 7.5 miles southeast of Liverpool city centre. It's scheduled airport for flights across Europe, the Northern African, Middle East. Services are operated from the airport. The airport comprises a single passenger terminal, 3 general use hangars for FedEx, courier service centre, as well as a single runway, 7,500 feet, 2,286 miles in length, with the control tower south of the runway. So there's a little bit of an idea of what Liverpool's about. It was originally called Speke Airport years ago. It was operated by the Royal Air Force RAF Speke in World War II. I never knew that, but there we go. We learn something new every day, don't we? Between 1997 and 2007, that was. The facility was one of Europe's fastest growing commercial airports, as an annual passenger numbers increased from 689,468 to 5.47 million. It was renamed after Liverpudlian musician John Lennon in the Beatles in 2001. I knew that. As you can tell, working for Strawberry Fields and the Beatles, I know that. Although passenger numbers have decreased to 3.98 million in 2013, the airport handled 5.05 million passengers in 2019, making it the 13th, and it's still the same to this date, making Liverpool the 13th busiest airport in the UK. Wow. There we go. Liverpool's mostly aircraft bases is for EasyJet and Ryanair. They're the main ones at Liverpool. John Fesser, I think Michael's the bad one. I did a test stream on my channel yesterday, as I'm going to start doing streams from Liverpool and Manchester yourself. Yeah, you are. Before it was an airport, it was an airfield. It was basically a farmhouse with a set of scales. Well, I've just learned something else then. So some of the key facts I've picked out. Why did Speak Airport shut down and move to where it's based now? Maybe Wilf, you know that, but we'll have a look as we go and reading through some of it. Let's see what it says in the World War. Here we go. I can tell you from what it's got down on here about the RAF and Speak in the Second World War. At the beginning of 1937, I wasn't born then, well, hey ho, Liverpool City Council leased between 70 and 110 acres of the Speak estate on a 999-year lease to the Air Ministry. The price included at all times the use of Speak Airport next to the shadow factory site, the LMS Railway, providing a siding erection, keep it clean, of the building was planned to take 30 weeks, and when complete it will provide employment for more than 5,000 people. It was to be managed by Route Securities on behalf of the Air Ministry. Work started on Monday the 15th of February 1937. Get your words out. During the Second World War, Speak was requisitioned by the RAF, known as RAF Speak. Good evening, Daniel. As you're just joining, Daniel, if you are looking in the chat, John Fezer's in from Airliners Live. Great lad. Do miss a bit of Airliners Live, you know, but I'll be glad when they're back on. Routes built in a shadow factory by the airport, Bristol, Blenheims, and 1,070 Handley Page Halifax bombers. The Lockheed aircraft assembled many types of planes at the airport, including the Hudsons and the Mustang fighters. Can't get me words out today, but hey ho, we'll get there. That had been shipped from the USA in parts to Liverpool's dock. The airport was also home to the Merchant Ship Fighter Unit. See where RAF Speak is now. Never knew we had an RAF in Speak. On the 8th of October 1940, one day before John Lennon's birth, Speak was witness to what is thought to be the fastest air-to-air combat kill in the Battle of Britain, and possible of all time. Flight Lieutenant, I can't say the word, but hey, here we go. Dennis Gillam took off in his Hawker Hurricane from Speak to be confronted by Junkers 88 passing across him. He shot down the Junkers while his undercarriage was still retracting, along with Alloy and Joseph. Of all of 312 squadron was credited with the kill. There we go. That's all I can tell you, Kyle. It had several runways, but to extend them, they would have had to extend into the river, plus most of the runways were in line with houses, so noisy jets would be a problem. I don't think so. So some of the main bits I've picked out anyway. Liverpool Airport is one of the longest established operational airports, opened in July the 1st, 1933. That's what one bit I've picked out. In 2000, the new terminal, which we've got now at Liverpool Airport, cost 42.5 million in 2002. It was completed and opened by Queen Elizabeth. Don't worry about it, Dan. People will be in and out anyway, and, you know. In 2001, Liverpool Airport was renamed and became Liverpool John Lennon Airport, becoming the first airport in the UK to be renamed after an individual. 2005, a couple of things happened in 2005, and one of them was to open the brand new apron for EasyJet. Alright, makes sense, that does. Cheers, Mr. Wilpy. Good bit of information, that better late than never. Yeah. Also, can anyone, before I tell you, it's still there now. What else did Liverpool Airport reveal in 2005? They revealed the yellow submarine outside the airport, the state-of-the-art submarine, which is still there today. At the airport now, in the terminal, how many passengers per year pass through that terminal? You get a bit more now, but what's the most percentage of passengers that pass through the terminal every year? It sees 7 million passengers per year go through that terminal at Liverpool. In 1990, Liverpool Airport became privatised, with a British Aerospace taking 76% shareholding in the new company. Subsequently became wholly owned by Peel's Holdings, who are still there today. And also, a fact, well, I'd say it's a fact, the motto, "Above Us Only Sky," comes from the song Imagine by the Beatles and John Lennon. That's a good fact, that. The sub was going to be destroyed after its use at the Garden Festival, but someone came up with the idea of saving it and putting it up in the putting it up on the central roundabout there. Yeah, I'd say so, yeah. So they're the main bits I've picked out and wrote down anyway. Your knowledge, Will, is good. I'm learning a bit from you there. But, you know, we'll get in there. So I can give you a bit more of the old terminal at Liverpool, the old airport. A modern passenger terminal adjacent to the new runway opened in 1937, followed by the closure of the original building in the 1930s. The original terminal building, dating from the late 1930s, famously seen on early television footage, with the terraces packed with the Beatles fans, were left derelict until converted into a hotel, opening in 2001, preserving its Grade 2 listed Art Deco style. It was part of the Marriott chain of hotels, which is the Marriott Hotels now. But it's currently the Crown Plaza Hotel, still part of the airport, after a renovation in August 2008. The former apron of the terminal is also listed and retained in its original condition, still there today, although it's no longer connected to the airport or subject to the airside access control. It is the home of several aircrafts, and some of them are still there today, which you can go and see, including the BAE Jetstream 41 prototype, the registration G-JMAC, and the Bristol Britannia GANCF, preserved by the Speak Aerodrome Heritage Group. The two Art Deco style hangars that flank the terminal and apron has also been converted for new uses. One is the David Lloyd Leisure Centre. The other is the headquarters of the Shop Direct group called Skyways House. The first private hangar that was built on the new airport was the Keen Air hangar, sure was. In 1990, the airport was privatised by British Aerospace, taking 76% of, we just said that anyway. Anyone else got any memories? I'll tell you mine in a minute. Then the Raven Air hangar was built a few years later. I've seen a lot of changes at the airport though, in my time, and I'm only 27. So in 2000, work on the 42.5 million passenger terminal began, tripling its size and passenger capacity, completed in 2002, opened by Queen Elizabeth. There have since been further extensions to the airport terminal and the airside, as Will Pease just said. The airport's strategy is to cater larger for low-cost operators, and consequently, the layout of the terminal and the gates requires passengers to walk unprotected from the weather to and from the passengers' aircraft. In 2001, 21 years after his death, the airport was renamed in honour of the Beatles' John Lennon, becoming the first airport in the UK to be named after an individual. A 7-foot, 2.1 metre tall bronze statue stands overlooking the check-in hall. On the roof is painted the airport's motto, a line from Lennon's song Imagine, above us only sky. In 2005, the Yellow Submarine, a large-scale work of art, was installed on a traffic island at the entrance to the airport. A permanent exhibition of the Beatles in India's photograph made in 1968 at the ashram of Rishi Mahesh Yogi, founder of the Transcendental Meditation Technique by Paul Saltzman, can be seen above the retail units in the departure lounge. I haven't seen that, but I'll have a look out for that next week when I'm flying to Dublin. 2005 also seen the construction of a brand new apron exclusively for EasyJet. They weren't that easy when I had a 10-hour delay. To the east of the terminal with 6 stands and a pier with 6 boarding gates. in September 2006. Reconstruction started on the main runway and the taxiways. This was the first time the runway had been reconstructed since it was opened in 1966. Is that the last time England won the World Cup or something? The work was completed in 2007, I remember that. In addition to the runway and shoulder, where was the upgrade of the 40-year-old airfield group, lightening with a new system intended to upgrade the runway. See if you remember this one, Will. In May 2007, Liverpool Airport Transatlantic Air Service Fly Globespan commenced a seasonal one-week flight to Hamilton. Also, later that month, Liverpool Airport, the carrier launched another route to New York City. Flights operated daily, although they stopped in Knock in Ireland. 3 times a week, Yoko Ono, the widow of John Lennon, attended the inauguration ceremony. During the summer, several problems beset the New York service, including technical troubles, lengthy delays and low passenger numbers. Fly Globespan eventually replaced the Boeing 757. It was using to run the flight with a smaller aircraft, the Boeing 737. Evening, Paul. Hope you're well. I can remember the Canadian Pacific on South Africa, yeah. This is why I've decided to go on live, to just read out a bit of history and background to Liverpool Airport, new terminals, flights, and how Liverpool Airport is. And you can share your memories or what you know about Liverpool. I'm learning a bit from Will, as I'm telling you. With the smaller aircraft, the Boeing 737, due to poor patronage, the company started in July and stated that it would suspend the route during the winter, and the last flight of the season operated in October. However, in March 2008, Fly Globespan announced that the Hamilton and New York flights will not continue. There we go, that's that bit. What happens in 2007? Construction of a multi-level car park and the budget Hampton Hotel, which is there now, started. The hotel opened in October 2009. In June 2010, we've got some Airliners Live members in the chat, I think, still now. Vancouver Airport, this is in June 2010, Vancouver Airport announced that it reached an agreement with the Peel Group to acquire 65% share in all the airports that they have, including Liverpool. Airside improvements include additional retail units and a more advanced security area, reducing waiting times to be completed in autumn 2010. And to finish this bit, in April 2014, only recent, April 2014 saw Peel Services repurchase the 65% stake that it sold into Liverpool Airport, giving it 100% ownership once more. And in March 2016, Peel sold 20% stake in the airport to the Liverpool City Council and the region for a reported 12 million. This valued the airport at 60 million. From 2019 to early 2020, the airport completed some more renovation works, which made it even easier to get around and also a lot more pleasing. This included changing the gate numbers in the airport from gates 30 to 43 to now gates 11 to 17 in order to make the gates larger and more spacious, which also involved removing two by merging gates together. The departure hall, the security hall and the entire experience throughout the airport has been altered massively by new decorations and images promoting the surrounding region of Liverpool. And that brings me on to that bit there of changing the gates and removing some of them. Who remembers, I don't know, me and my nan all that remember this, just turning up at the airport even if you weren't going on a holiday, and you could just go in the airport, go through all the shops in by the check-in desks, and then you could just go upstairs up the escalators and you'd have loads of bars, restaurants, arcades, Mackey's, Burger King, and then you could just sit there, especially where Burger King is now, and the kissing gate. You could just go and sit there in the Burger King and eat your burgers and your chips and just watch the planes and sit there all day. You can't even do that now. That was one thing I remember, just going round there with me nan and granddad, passing the time away for a bit of fresh air, stretching the legs. We ain't going on holiday half the time. We just thought, you know what, we live on the main road anyway, and Will P knows that. You can tell when he goes past, beep beep. Yeah, me and my nan just going, I'm granddad, fancy a little trip round to the airport, Michael? Yeah, go on. On the bus, round there, sit there for about an hour, 2 hours, make stuff from Burger King as you expect, and just sitting there watching the planes. And at that time we had the likes of TUI in, and a few others. I'm down there on Sunday, Paul. I'm down at Liverpool on Sunday, New Year's Day. So I'll probably see you there. Probably be there mid-morning. About 10 o'clock. Yeah, and you just used to go round there all the time just for a little pass the time away. And, you know, walk around the block. And something else that I remember about Liverpool Airport, which you can't do now, well, you can still walk down Dungeon Lane, but as you're coming into the flying school, you used to continue walking down and walk right down to the shore where all the boats used to park years ago, and just walk right along there and go all the way around, and you can just walk all the way around and watch the planes come over your head. You can't do that now. You can either go down Bailey's Lane or you got to go to the flying school. I think I might have a headache on Sunday. Why, Paul? And Will P, why would you have a headache? Evening, aviation for life. So yeah, what memories have you got about Liverpool Airport? The Old Man, what a place to be. A big hill you can park on. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You used to walk all the way down Dungeon Lane. You have all the mounds at the end of the runway, so you literally look down the runway and walk right down there and go down the shore and through but you can't do that now. But what memories have I got? I've got quite a bit. Yeah, that was one of them. Just going round to the airport, checking all the bars. I remember that, walking through the airport, going on all the bars, all the ice hockey tables, and you hear the noise. That was boss, that. And yeah, I used to love it in the summer. You love it every summer when the sun's out and you got your shorts on and, you know, just going down there watching planes. all the old Tuis, the Flybees, the Erlingers, the KLMs. You should remember all them in the Liverpool. And remember the old bendy buses. Remember the bendy buses of the 500. And the old 81 buses and the old 80s, and you know. Just things that were exciting. But now they've taken away from us. There's loads. And remember all them mounds. Missed the Avro, yeah. Going on to the future expansion for Liverpool Airport. What I'm reading, future developments include the potential estimated 100 million investment in the airport infrastructure. This includes a runway extension enabling the transatlantic and long-haul flights, as well as a new cargo area at Liverpool Airport, a new taxiway, another terminal expansion, including some more new food and drink outlets to come to Liverpool, a larger security area, as well as 3 new piers and concourses, a hotel, and some more new parking extensions at Liverpool Airport, as well as plans for a new A-Road enhanced motorway connection to the facility. In addition to this, the airport also wants to build a new nature reserve on the coastal perimeter of Oggy Shore. Plans are also to include schemes to improve public transport connecting to the airport, including a new bus. Mind you, having a new bus, you just about turn up these days when they're not on strike and can't be bothered going to work. And also a new railway service to connect to the airport from Liverpool South Parkway. So that's a future expansions for Liverpool Airport. And I did find out. I'll have to find the rest of it. What I've found earlier, I've just found it now. Liverpool John Lennon Airport's ambitious plans for the future growth, and what we've got here. I'm not going to read it all, but I'll read some of it. Liverpool Airport is set out to its vision for future developments, expansion of business throughout 2030 to 2050. The airport's ambitious plans to serve more destinations including long haul, with passenger forecast indicating the potential growth of passenger numbers from 4.8 million passengers per year in 2016 to 7.8 million in 2030 and to 11 million by 2050. This increases the requirement investment in a proposed expansion to the airport terminal, additional car parking, passenger facilities including hotels, retail, food and drink. The investment in the airport infrastructure has a potential increase total annual GVA impact to 625 million and will enable to support 12,280 jobs across the city region by 2030. That's the Northern Powerhouse. And it gives some master plans. Right. Single terminal at Liverpool Airport has a capacity of 7 million passengers per year, as we know, and consists of arrivals and departures, haul, both connected within short distance of each other. There are no jet bridges and travellators at Liverpool, requiring passengers to walk to and from the departure and the arrival hall and the gate. There are a number of retail food outlets within the airport, such as Boots, Burger King, Frankie and Benny's, Starbucks, WH Smith, and a number of bars and cafes. There is also a World Duty Free. There we go. So, going on to airlines and destinations from Liverpool. There we go. EasyJet is the first one up. Their destinations during the non-seasonal, they operate to Alicante, Amsterdam, Antalya, Barcelona, Belfast City, Belfast International, Faro, Geneva, the Isle of Man, go over my head, continue, Jersey, Lanzarote, Larnaca, Malaga, Nice, Palma de Mallorca, Paris Charles de Gaulle, Tenerife, South, and the seasonal flights, Bodrum, and a new one starting up in July, on the 4th of July, Corfu, Dalaman, Grenoble, Heraklion, Izmir, Kos and Salzburg. Going on to Will P's favourite airline, Logan Air. They operate Derry and the Isle of Man. Lufthansa, Frankfurt, which they are increasing. Play Airlines to Keflavik and Reykjavik. Ryanair have got the most flights at Liverpool because it's a Ryanair's base now, mostly. Ryanair have taken over EasyJet for their base. What? Just get a few messages here. I've got a few memories online anyway, people telling me. So, Ryanair, they operate to Alicante, Barcelona, Beauvoir, Bergamo, Charleroi, Copenhagen, Cork, Dublin, Faro, Fuerteventura, Kaunas, Knock, Casais, Krakow, Madrid. Ryanair is starting up to Madrid again in March the 29th. Malaga, Malta, Poznan, Rome, Shannon is where they're starting a new route to Shannon in March as well. Sevilla, Stockholm, Shenzhen, Tenerife South, Vienna, Warsaw, Wroclaw, and the seasonal flights, Bergerac, and bringing back for the first time in a few years, starting up in March, Ryanair will be returning to Ibiza. I can get a flight to Ibiza again. Don't have to go to Manchester. Lanzarote, Palma de Mallorca, Porto, Royce and Zadar. Also starting up in March, resuming Widerøe to Bergen. And Wizz Air, they operate Bacau, Bucharest, Budapest, Cluj-Napoca, Gdansk, Ayarzy, Katowice, or Katowice, however you pronounce it, Varna and Warsaw. And I've also heard, looking at some of the sites, I don't know whether they haven't been updated, but it looks like it's been put up. Some of the flights, I was looking to see if there was anything about new flights for the ones that are starting up next year, and on one website I seen it had a list of some of the new flights that we've had recently, and it wasn't on there a while ago. I'm just, could it be? Could it not be? It had on the list new airlines as Play, Blue Air, Widerøe, Lufthansa, and on the list was, I'm only saying what I read, it had Flybe and TUI on. So could that be? Let's see if they do. Could Flybe and TUI be coming back to Liverpool? That's what I've seen. Some of these saying new airlines, could it be Flybe and TUI along with Widerøe? I'd like to see TUI back. So what memories have people got? Used to watch Concorde coming in on that mount. Oh, that was great. Concorde at Liverpool, wow. That would have been boss, I say that. Yeah, I remember that, Kyle. The old mount. One of the old ones. I know Flybe, I wanted to come back. Well, it was down on the list for one of the things I was reading. Let's see. To Canada on a Saturdays at the old airport. Yeah, I've heard a bit about that. Yeah. I remember the world's largest cargo plane at the time. It came to the old Liverpool airport. It was the USAF Galaxy. They opened it to the public and you could walk right through it. Wow, that would have been boss. The first private hangar yet. Before it was an airport, it became a... Yeah, I've read that one. Just scrolling back through the chat. Saw a lot of discounts on the old airport. Good. I remember going to the old airport viewing platform. Where was that, Will? The old one? Are you on about the one that was on Dungeon Lane? What list is this? Well, I was looking on Skyscanner and I was reading one of the other websites. I couldn't remember it, but I typed in new airlines for Liverpool 2023, and it had on there on the list that I've seen, Play, Widerøe, Blue Air, and then all of a sudden it had TUI and Flybe. So I don't know. I've said to TUI and Flybe and a few airlines, it'd be nice to see you back in Liverpool in the future. And they kept dropping in, but they wouldn't say. You're like, just keep your eyes peeled. It could happen in the future. Well, you just have to wait and see. TUI won't come back. They fell out with the airport when they left. Wizard are meant to be basing the 2 years to the 400 aircraft on order. Well, the back of the old airport viewing area. Yeah, you're on about the old runway. Some of the memories that I've read on here that I've been told. So this is some of them from the followers that follow my channel. This is from Mikey's Airways, who's known as Mikey's Airways in the chat. He just sent me one. One of his good memories was when he was a younger parent. He would drive down and watch the planes fly over the heads arriving near Dungeon Lane, and he goes, wow. He took his nephew a few years before they closed it, and to see his reaction, he loved it, and that's one of his favourite memories. Yeah, so I remember going down Dungeon Lane, and yeah, a lot of great views around there. Fortunately, it's been closed off because they are starting the expansion for Liverpool Airport, but the only problem is there's a battle to try and save it, because to expand it, they'd have to go right through Hale Village and knock all the old cottage houses down and go right through the village, and a lot of people are not happy. To me, it might be a shame having to knock it down, but for me, at the end of the day, I'll be made up if they did expand the runway, getting all these long haul flights, the bigger aircrafts like the A350s, maybe the A380s, the 777s. It'll be good for Liverpool, it'll be good for the airport, get more money in, and it'll be for the people of like Will P living in the area, my nan and other people. You won't have to travel to Manchester all the time or London, and for people in speak around here, especially me, it'd be awesome to just see a big 777 and an A380 landing into Liverpool. Would be, oh my god. And you know, it's something different. And the people who don't go to Manchester to planes for having the A380 landing and all these bigger flights and bigger aircrafts coming in, it'll make the airport more interesting. It'll get a lot more people coming down and seeing it, Liverpool. It'll get a lot more people around, and it'll increase the numbers for planes starting in it. Just think the likes of these people in this area of Liverpool near the airport, these families having new kids now, and just, you can make a lot of memories from it. They can expand into the Mersey rather than knocking the big thatched houses down. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. And to me, we need a lot more aircrafts, and it'll help get more people and bring more money into Liverpool. And to do it, you'd have all these jet bridges and the A380. How boss would it be to see an A380 landing into Liverpool Airport? To me, there's a lot of petition and whatever going on to save Oggy Shaw. At the end of the day, they could keep some of it, but expand the runway, it'd be awesome. Imagine an A380 just out my back window there, sitting in the back garden and watching the A380. Will Peard loved that, wouldn't you, Will? And Kyle, who lives on the flight path for Liverpool. Imagine him just sitting in his back garden in the summer watching the A380. Especially me, with a beer in your hand and the A380's coming in to Liverpool. I could show you some of the old... I will now. I know Will P, they need to chop and get it done so we can see some of these. I know, yeah. Our boss, yeah, we've had the 747s. We've had 350s, but I don't think we'll have an A380, but who knows in the years to come. But just imagine the A380 over Liverpool, coming over the Runcorn Bridge on the flight path, or coming over Birkenhead into Liverpool. Wow, the racket it would make. To me personally, I'd like to see more. I missed it last time and I'd never seen it, but I'd love to see Virgin A350, A330 coming into Liverpool. Wow. I am just going to expand a bit and try and show some photos of the old airport. And Will P did send me a photo before. So one question that I was going to ask, what memories have you got if you've been spotting at the airport? What's the best plane you've seen coming into Liverpool? What airlines do you remember coming into Liverpool? Remember if you've ever flown out of Liverpool, what's your first flight that you've done from Liverpool? I can't remember mine, but I remember flying out on TUI. And I just remember my first flight. I don't know where it was, so I think it was Ibiza. Just turning up at the airport, look, and going in all the arcades and enjoying myself before going on. So, if I can zoom in a bit more. Here's what the new terminal at Liverpool Airport looks like right now. I remember Spanair, and I remember flying on Britannia, which is now known as, it was Thompson, now it's, then it went to TUI Fly, and now it's TUI. So that was that's what the new airport looks like. And then that's what the departure lounge looks like now at Liverpool Airport. There's the kissing gate. I had a couple of nice jam on toast there the other week while I was waiting for my flight to the Isle of Man. So that's the departure lounge. And I'll try and find you some more. This one is what the runway to Liverpool Airport. There's the viewing area here where I normally go to watch, as you can tell, for the footage. There's the terminal, there's the Mersey, the tower's here somewhere. And you used to walk all the way down there. This is all the flying school, there's the hangars. You see? This is coming from the new airport anyway. And saying about the check-in desks at Liverpool Airport. There we go. So you've got like the Wizz Air and Logan Air and whatever else. You've got EasyJet, and then you've got Ryanair near the end of the terminal. Will P did send me a map before of the airport. Before we get onto that, as I was saying earlier about the yellow submarine, here we go. We all live in a yellow submarine. Dun, 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 dun. That's the yellow submarine that we were on about earlier on. And does anyone remember? And I've gone on about it a few times, about the program airline. Can anyone remember the terminal that was used, that we had for it? If I can find a photo, I will do. But here's the old airport. The picture might be a bit too small, but hey ho. There we go. That was the old airport, which is still standing. I'm still standing. It was EasyJet, yeah. But can anyone remember this, though? The old airport building in the 1890s, in the 1980s and the 1990s. There we go. Which is the old terminal building, but it's now what it looks like now. The one that we've got now, if you can remember, look, There's the old tower building, the control tower. So that was the building that they had when Airline was being filmed at Liverpool. Another memory was watching the programme Airline used to be filmed in Liverpool. That's what I'm going on about. And this is the building that they had for it. And yes, you just look at it. They've still kept some of the feature, haven't they? But it's just that they made the terminal building look bigger. Yeah, it looks very similar to Glasgow. Remember the yellow submarine? It's still out there right now. And as we say, look, there's another one for the old Liverpool airport. The Douglas DC. Is that what Will P was going on about, the DC-9? Yeah. A lot of great memories for Liverpool airport, isn't there? Remember the times when the airport, when Liverpool won the Champions League in 2005, and the airport was chocker with people to welcome the team back. You can remember all them. Here's one of the planes that is at the old Speke airport, and I think it's still there now. It's one of them. So yeah, a lot about Liverpool, isn't there? We've got so much to be lucky for and appreciated for Liverpool Airport. Yeah, we've got a lot to be thankful for at Liverpool over the years. And who knows, in years to come, I could be in the histories of Liverpool Airport, you know, the first ever plane spotting channel. And talking about Flyby at Liverpool, there we go, there's a photo of Flyby. Remember them. So, and yeah. Love the air shows at the old airport. I used to stand on Dunlop's roof. I bet that's not there now, is it? So yeah, there's just loads to remember about Liverpool Airport. Going through the airport, boarding the flight, going in the arcades, going all the way down Dungeon Lane. Seeing the difference now, the old runway still standing there by Speke Hall. That the old airport's still standing, but it's now a hotel. So seeing the old planes there, wow. And how much Oslet Shaw's changed now in the airport. Brought a lot of memories there. I remember going around there the other year, meeting Jurgen Klopp. I'm so lucky to live on the runway, as Mikey said to me the other day. You're so lucky, I wish I could live on the runway. Yeah, the Beatles coming in there. The Beatles fans. I wish I was born then, I would have went. Dunlop's factory is now the industrial estate where Tom Tully's tyres are. I'm trying to think where that is now. Tom's Tully's factory. I have to have a look. So, yeah, one question is, especially spotting, what memories, if you, depending on how long you've been spotting at Liverpool Airport, what memories as well can you think about recently? Your best memory? What memory would you pick as your favourite one? Mine would be just going round to the airport, seeing all the bars there, the amount of bars we had, the arcades, eating your Burger King, sitting in the window all day watching planes, to be boss. But you can't do that now. And how much the airport's just changed over the years, that's incredible, what the airport's doing. 1978 I started spotting. Here's the entrance to the old airport. How things change. Oh yeah, I forgot to show that map, didn't I? This is a map that Will P, who is in the chat, sent to me earlier of the airport. If I can find it. Of the new airport which we've got now being built and how it looked like while they were at the old airport. So here it is. So this is the runway and the hangars for the old airport while they were building and expanding to the new airport. So we've got one runway there, and then we had like 2 or 3 here at the old airport. Which was brilliant, so thank you, Will P. Just before Speak Hall Gate. Okay. So that was interesting. So they closed runway 26 in 1982. They closed runway 22 in 1958. And runway 17 closed in 1984. Wow. So that bit of nice history there. 6 runways in total at the old airport. Wow. Evening, Arnie. Hope you're alright. Just went through all the history a bit of Liverpool Airport, the old and new, and what memories we've got. What memories have you got, Delia, for the airport over the years? Memories have you got? Your favourite memory? What do you like about spotting at the airport? I know what Delia says one of them. What I love about spotting, I've got a load of memories, but I love it when the military comes in. I love walking the dog down the old runway. I've been asked to film the old aircraft behind the Crown Plaza next month too. Wow, that's boss, that. Well, you could help share this live and promote it a bit. I'm going to be doing a bit of like this of different airports, looking online, just read a bit about the history. But let's get Liverpool out there. And my TikTok's growing, my YouTube's growing. I'm at now 879 subs. Well, it was before. Still 879. I'll be down the airport anyway on New Year's Day. So, you're out. I did put up a poll, by the way, if you answered it. Do you support Liverpool? Yeah, no. Yeah, there's still about 4/5 aircraft behind it, along with the flight simulator. Well, I'll have to have a look. Any memories from walking down Delia, down Dungeon Lane? I remember you used to be able to walk all the way down, but you can't now. Going through the airport, the arcades, the bars, and you just sit there all day. And then you had the departure lounge over there. Didn't even have to go through the departure lounge to watch the planes, but now you can't. You've got to. And yes, here's my 21st model that come today. American Airlines 7878. Still got the Play Airlines to come in the next couple of days. I used to love Dungeon Lane, yeah. Google map it on aerial view and you can see them. I've been round the back of the airport. I think I'll probably take a gander down there in the week. See what I can get. Our building at the work is haunted by a air hostess that was killed at the airport apparently. Come on. Love it when days when Liverpool are fine in and out and they win the Champions League. They were good. What else is there? Can I remember from the airport? She was sucked into the engine embarking. On the apron at the old airport. Wow. When was that then? Back in years ago. Stories that you hear from Liverpool, like. See if I can find any more history about Liverpool. And I love how they named the roads around the estuary after aircraft. Dakota, the Havilland, the Hurricane. I've just clicked onto some of the roads, yeah. De Havilland, yeah. Just trying to find a bit more about Liverpool Airport here. Oh, so going on to route statistics, here we go. These will be interesting. For flights from Liverpool as of 2018, and in 2018, the ranked number one flight, ranked at number one for Liverpool, was Belfast International. A total passengers of 498,603. That was a 1.6% change from the year before in 2017. At number two was Dublin. That's the second busiest flight. A total passengers of 380,000. The third busiest flight for Liverpool was Alicante, 287,000. That had a 10.3% increase. For Dublin, it was 5.2% there. At fourth was Malaga, with a total of 268,000 passengers, a 9.0% increase. Fifth was Isle of Man, 11.4 increase, and the passengers was 255,000. Barcelona at number 6 with 240,000 passengers. 7 was Palma de Mallorca with 225,000. Amsterdam with 220,000 passengers. That was at 8th. Number 9 was Faro with 197,000. Jersey, 135,000 passengers. That was at 10. Geneva, 124,000 passengers at 11. Krakow, 102,000 passengers. Use Krakow at 13. Nice with 94,000 passengers. Paris Charles de Gaulle at 87,000 in passengers. Knock 85,000 at 15. Prague 16 with 74,000. Lanzarote 74,000 at 17th. Cork 71,000 in 18. Warsaw 70,000 at 19, and Budapest was at bottom. Well, Bucharest at 68,000. So they're the statistics for the busiest. And it was the Mofax factory crash. It's where the new Lidl is now. A Lockheed C5 flew out of there in 1980 and isn't a prop plane. Military fan. Oh yeah, I like military. I walked through the galaxy when I was there. Wow, I like all planes. A plane's a plane. It's only a plane. So, going on to a bit about accidents and incidents that we've had at Liverpool Airport. On July the 20th, 1965, the Vickers Viscount GAMOL at Cambrian Airways crashed on the approach from the Isle of Man, killing both crew members, if anyone remembers that. The 10th of May, can anyone remember what happened on the 10th of May 2001 at Liverpool Airport? The Spanair flight 3203, the McDonnell Douglas MD 83 ECFXI was substantially damaged when the starboard undercarriage collapsed on landing. All 51 people on board the aircraft evacuated via the escape slides. It was repaired and returned to service 5 months later. And on the 11th of December 2019, a Bombardier Global 6000 private jet overran the runway at Liverpool. I can kind of remember this. It caused the airport to close for 18 hours. All flights were cancelled and diverted to Manchester. Yep. And we'll go on to transport to the airport, of how you can get to Liverpool Airport. I think most people can. Liverpool Airport is within the Mersey Travel Area C for local public transport, plus bus tickets are also available on the Arriva, 88 and 86. Route to and from Liverpool City Centre is the main form of transport from South Parkway. Going by road, several on-site car parks. It's the A533 from Runcorn Witness Bridge and the Mersey Gateway, via the M57 at the Knowsley Express Railway. Mikey's on this one. The Merseyrail to Hunts Cross is 2.2 miles away from the airport, and Liverpool is frequent services from Liverpool Central. South Parkway is only 2.9 miles away from the airport, and you can get regular services from Lime Street, Chester, Cleethorpes, Manchester, Birmingham, Nottingham, Norwich and Southport. The Arriva bus, you can get the 80A or the 86A from Parkway, or if you're coming from Hunts Cross, the 81A or the 89, and the 500 from Liverpool Town. Yeah. If you're coming from Witness or Runcorn area, you can get the 82, the 82A. Well, it's the 82A. I just said the 82. Beep, beep. Runcorn, yeah, 82A. 89 from St Helens, 81 from Bootle. The Spanair one, all it says here, Spanair flight 3203 was substantially damaged at the starboard undercarriage, collapsing on landing. Fuck cracker, fuck EasyJet. Flew EasyJet once, they were alright. Died a 10-hour delay, but I'm flying Ryanair next Saturday morning to Dublin. So the number of passengers for Liverpool Airport last year, 1,000 or 1,338, down by 73.5. That was in a change. The number of movements that we had at Liverpool Airport, we had movements wise 13,300 last year. That was in 2020. Well, it hasn't updated. I've lost the other one, so I can't find where we were at last year. That was in 2020, though. Never again. Airport directors. Captain Harold James Andrews was appointed the first ever airport manager in July 1932. Jack Chadwick took over many of the management functions post-war in 1961. Traffic increased that year 42%. In the late 1960s, Brian Truckfield, the MBE, was much respected assistant director. Keith Porter took over as the airport director in the days when the Beatles were regular passengers. Chris Priest, a former executive of British Aerospace, was the airport director during the aerospace years, replaced by Rod Rufus, then Rod Hill, who bought Direct Holidays, part of the My Travel commercial deal. Remember them at the airport as well. Remember My Travel, which was to prove the market for EasyJet. Neil Packey took over as the managing director in 2002, taking the airport through its major passenger growth. On selling the airport to Vancouver, never knew we sold the airport to Vancouver in 2010, the former operations director for Vancouver, Craig Richmond, took over on March the 1st, 2013. Matthew Thomas, also from Vancouver, took over and appointed the role. Andrew Cornish held the CEO position from September 2014 till June 2017. John Irvin becomes the new CEO with effect from March 2018. Don't know whether he's still there, but hey ho. And that's much history that I could find for Liverpool Airport tonight. So forgot Mersey travel, jump a ride in my new BMW Z4. You'll have to send me a picture, Delia. Does anyone know what the fuselage of the fire brigade train on? Not really, no, I can't help you there, sorry. Now, one question is, if we had to bring one thing back to Liverpool Airport, what would it be? I would bring back all the arcades and the bars. You just used to go round there and, yeah. Didn't even have to go in the departure lounge, but whereas you go in the departure lounge now and you've got all the bars, and you could just, not like years ago, bring back all the arcades and the bars before the departure lounge and open another viewing area in the airport where you can just sit there and watch it from inside the airport. Bring that back. I'll end this live in a few moments. I will do a Manchester one like this in a week or two. When are you back down at the airport, Arnie, Delia? I've got crumpets downstairs. I haven't had them yet. If anyone's got no more questions or memories, we'll end it there in a second. But all I can say is thank you for tuning in, and hope to see you all soon. It's not a real fuselage, it's a made up one to look like a 747. Thank you, everyone. I just thought it'd be very interesting, which it has been, and just get it out there, eh? Might pop down to the airport tomorrow when I get home from work. I'll be out. But if not, I'll be down there anyway on New Year's Day. So, got a lot of good content. I've been looking at the radar anyway for New Year's Day and got some good flights in. Thank you, Will Pay. Beep beep. Oh yeah, forgot I had my can there. Opened this can before I even started the live, and I'm not even halfway through the can yet. Gonna finish it. Take it easy, everyone. Yeah, take it easy, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. I know you enjoyed this, and we look forward to more. And if I don't speak to you beforehand, and if I'm not live before New Year's Day, Happy New Year, everyone. And I hope you all have a great weekend and a great New Year. See you all later.